Today's house tour, I decided to make it very raw and authentic, just so you guys get an exact view of what it's going to be like when you move to London and what you can expect from your house. Let's roll my dream London apartment tour. Welcome back to the channel, everybody. Today, I'm going to be giving you a tour of our brand new London house because we've spent the last probably 2 months fully furnishing this place, you know, going on Amazon, going to charity shops, our friends and family have been giving us stuff. I actually think it looks sick inside, so we're going to give you a tour. Let's go inside, let's have a look.
We're smashing mics in karaoke bars. You're running late with half your makeup on. This method acting might pay our bills, but soon enough they'll be different.
Come straight in now. First off, not much has changed. We've got a nice little candle here, set the mood, you know. We've got a few vine leaves. This was one of the best investments we made. We bought 80 vine leaves from Amazon. Recommend it massively. We got 2 little bikes here, obviously transport and that. It's a very smooth sort of nice vibe. We got a bit of sketch up here. Jacob got this for his birthday present. Roll deep in a blacked out Bentley. Pull up outside, like classic lyrics there. And then we got Jacob's room. This one, again, one thing that everybody in my family keep commenting on, Jacob impressively wakes up every day to natural light. We're about that rise and grind life now, so we don't want to stay in bed all day, we want to get up. He's got a lovely view outside the window, and since the last time you saw it, I think he's got the whole setup. He's got the books, he's got the desk. 3 screens there, so it's a big setup. This one looks like the stocks and shares sort of traders, mate. You've got all of the stocks on the side, your main setup, and then your laptop, which powers the whole setup. Nice and fresh, I think he's done it well. Oh, we also got our Wi-Fi box. We finally got Wi-Fi, hyper optic. Referral link down below, you get some money off. This is the cheapest one to go to. So later on in the video, I'm going to give you some advice if you're looking to move to London on what you need to do, because we've learned so much from the last month about what's the cheapest way to go around getting bills paid, Wi-Fi, the cool stuff to get. So stick around to the end of the video. This is Jacob's huge bathroom. This is the nicest addition. Lego Yoda, mate. It's very nice. This is where we've gone from like a standard house to like a dream London apartment. We're gonna have a look inside in a second. Let's go in my room. It's changed a lot. So basically, we've got some posters up here, make it feel so much more homely. I set up my desk, got my setup here, iMac, laptop. You know, it's the powerhouse of where I work from. I have no full-time job, as you saw in my last video, so all of my work and filming is done here, and that's how I make my money. This is my room. The sun rises from like, I don't know where it is now, but basically the sun rises in the east, right? We live in East London. The sun rises, pierces through this window. I wake up and it's like 40 degrees, so I often spend my day sweating a fair bit. Little bathroom, and in here, it's all about maximizing space. So obviously there wasn't much storage in my bathroom. A key thing that I did was get these things. Would recommend it so much. Let's move on to what I think is the best feature of our entire house. So we spent about a month getting this to the point where we think it's absolutely sick, and it's perfect for hosting parties. Welcome. Now Jacob, we just got a pool table. Jacob got it for his birthday. But I kid you not, yeah, it makes such a difference to like motives, having people around, playing pool. So what else we got? We got the TV there, kindly donated from our families. Some pictures. It's a lovely day. The view's still looking mad. A whiteboard again. Whiteboard's perfect. We're trying to alternate of like cooking, a few things to do on the London bucket list, so we're smashing them out. Kitchen again. Making the most of the vine leaves. It makes a huge difference when you've got some sort of plant-like stuff in the house. Kitchen looking very clean and tidy, spacious, of course. And a good pro of having like a little party or whatever is that we actually ended up with more alcohol after the party than we had before. Cupboard fridge game, look at this. Not too bad, fairly stacked, a few prep meals there, a bit of pasta, some grapes. And then you come around here, you've got the balcony. Bit of incense there. Incense, it looks like a bit of a joke. I would recommend it 100%. It makes everything smell so nice. Move out to the balcony. And again, we've upgraded it. We've got some solar panel lights down here, along with some vine leaves. We wrap around here. I think one blew off in the wind. We have one here. It makes such a difference to a balcony just having like some solar panels. Some vine leaves again. I told you the vine leaves hugely useful. We got the Thames barrier over there looking very nice. And like days like this is why I say it's our dream London apartment, because we've got a stunning view. The sun's out. We got a pool table. We're cracking the tunes. And it's actually sick. There's 5 key items that I think really transform your house if you've just moved in somewhere. So we had the vine leaves, right? The vine leaves, they add a lot. They're cheap, they add a lot. Number 2, again, a pool table. Best thing that we've got for the house in my opinion. It's absolutely sick. Bit of a lad pad, bit of a, you know, den, but would recommend. Whiteboard, organisation, sick. We write down when our rent's due, what food we're making, what we want to do this week. Fourthly, the soundbar. We got a soundbar, 50 quid on Amazon. It comes with a subwoofer for the bass, makes a huge difference. And the final key item is just a rug. Like rugs, again, they add something to the ambience of the room. So this is our dream London apartment, fully furnished. Let us know what you think down below. Leave a like, subscribe. We've got plenty of London content coming soon. So we're gonna go take a look at the worst and best London takeaways. We're gonna see how much we actually spend in a week in London, because I've been spending a lot of money, far too much. And there's gonna be plenty of other content like that. So leave a like, subscribe down below. And let's go and jump into lots of advice about moving to London, paying bills, how to find a cheap place to live in London. Because me and Jacob, we've learned a lot of that stuff over the last month and a half. So you guys can basically get your dream apartment as well for a good price. So yeah, that was our house tour of our brand new London apartment. And basically we moved in about a month ago, you may have seen the vlog. And it looked very different to this. We've spent, as I said, like a whole month getting stuff from friends, family, Amazon, birthday gifts like this pool table. And over the kind of process of going from having an empty house to furnishing a house, we learned a lot. And also when we was looking for a house in London, we spent about 3 months doing this. We started looking at 3 beds, then 2 beds. And during that same process, we learned a lot. And I feel like for anybody looking to move to London, anybody who is definitely moving to London, or anybody who's just moved in and they're looking to set a few things up, stick around right now. I'm gonna give you some great advice on how you can save money, live in London if you're on a budget, find a great house, and find a place to live. Let's look at getting a house in the first place. So when you're going to get a house in London, it is extremely competitive, right? So there's different areas you can go, north, south, east, west. Unless you're super rich, you're not gonna live in central. So I remember when we first started looking for a house, we was gonna look at Clapham, Balham, Putney, and we was looking around, and bear in mind that both me and Jacob work from home. We had another friend who was potentially gonna be with us. We was looking at 3-bedroom places and the odd 2-bedroom in Clapham, Putney, Balham. One thing we realized is that everybody wants to go there, so everything is quite expensive now, post-COVID. Like, I know people that pay the same price as us just for rent, and they have like a tiny box room in Clapham area. So firstly, living in that sort of West London, the popular Clapham area post-uni, it's very expensive. When we was looking, we'd email about a house, the house would be gone already. So it's the sort of thing where advice for if you're looking to live in that popular area, you definitely have to act really quickly if you see a house you like. If you haven't even started looking yet, and that's where you think you want to move after uni, imagine your budget for a standard London place, and then add about 150 onto that, because I guarantee it's going to be more expensive than you realise in them areas. And I think you are going to struggle to get a nice place that's spacious. If you see anything good, act very quickly. And even when me and Jacob were looking in East London, which is where we are currently, this place came on the market, Jacob viewed it, and he rang me up and he said, "Deal mate, it's a sick view, it's a nice place, I think we should do it." I didn't even have a chance to look at it, but I knew from my previous experience that if you want to get a nice house, if you see one, you have to act straight away. So I sent Jacob a non-refundable deposit. He put a deposit down on the place, and when I came I was like, please be good, otherwise that's a lot of money down the drain. And luckily it was sick. So definitely you have to trust your friends, definitely you have to act quickly and be prepared to spend a lot of money. You know, every area has its own benefits, every different part of London feels like a different place. Obviously southwest London is the popular areas. You're gonna have a lot of friends around there, it's a lot of young people. I went drama school there, so I spent a whole year in the Clapham area, and I would definitely say it is very trendy. Like, everyone's quite indie, everyone's quite cool, the age range is quite young, plenty of bars, plenty of clubs, which is why everybody wants to go there. And I think in winter maybe it's not as good, but when you've got Clapham Common and all those places in summer, it's pretty nice. Now if you're looking to go to more East London, which is where we are, I think you've got another fantastic area. It's just slightly different, it's more futuristic. You know, you look at the DLR, it looks like Cyberpunk 2020 or 2030, whatever it is. And around here, East London is being built up massively, so it's really going to be a place for the future, but everything's modern, you've got everything you need, you've got good transport links. I mean, look, you've seen our view, it's peaceful when the scrapyards and the airplanes aren't flying out. There's loads of tennis clubs, there's a nice community, there's just not the same sort of hustle and bustle around this area. I feel like Canary Wharf and onwards, there's so much to do, but outside of Canary Wharf, there is some stuff to do, like free tennis courts, gyms, etc., all that stuff, but it's more of like a working professional sort of area, whereas I feel like Clapham is still that sort of young student sort of vibe, whereas this area is slightly more working professionals. When it comes to getting your house, here's some advice for moving in. So let's say you've got a house, you've just moved in, video the whole house, find out what's damaged, find out what's broken, write a list of that, and then send that to your landlord so you can say, listen, this was broke when I moved in, this is what I want to be fixed, I'm not responsible for any of this. Get a fat video, because sometimes they might try and do you dirty. And the more you sort stuff out at the start, the better it's going to be for the long term. Now, when it comes to setting up bills, again, we're not too sure on how this works, because when we came, it was basically set up for us. So we had a few things like EDF Energy set up. We have just electric here, so we need to sort out that. Our water bill we're not sure on, but when we were setting up Wi-Fi and stuff, we had a look at the cheapest deals out there for a 6 to 12 month contract, because you never want to get a 24-month contract if you're only going to be at a place for a year. Hyperoptic was by far the best deal. I think after a little promo, we was able to get 150 meg internet per month for £20, so £10 each, and that's on a year contract, which is far cheaper than Virgin. I think the cheapest they did for a year was £29. When I was researching it, Hyperoptic was definitely the best one to go to. So if you're getting a house, I'll leave a link down below to Hyperoptic. There's my referral link, so I think you get a little something if you sign up using my link, a little discount, and so do we. Then we also got stuff like house insurance. If something accidentally breaks, if our friends come around and they break something, it's always good to have some sort of security. So I think it was like 80 quid for the year. It was worth it, £200 excess. That is something we'd also recommend and also got. The same for getting some bike insurance, because if you're traveling around by a bike in London, bikes get taken a fair bit. So some other things that I'd recommend is, if you can, in your contract, try and have a breakout clause. So let's say if you've got an 18-month contract, you might have a 6-month breakout clause, meaning that your contract is for 18 months, but you can leave after 12 if you want to. So for example, our contract's 12 months, we have a 6-month breakout clause, so we can leave after 6 months if we'd like to. And I think overall, those are the main pieces of advice I give for anybody looking to move to London. It takes a long time to find a house, so if you're looking to move to London, start planning and looking early. And if you're lucky, you might end up with a place like this, you know. We got very lucky, and it's gonna be a shame wherever we go next, because super spacious, lovely view, not a bad price. With hindsight, you know, everything's pushing up towards a K now for a small place in a nice area, so me and Jacob were saying we got a good deal. Now at this point, guys, I want to say a huge thank you to BenQ, who sent me out this screen bar halo. So the cool thing about this screen halo bar is that when you're working late at night, you put it on top of your desktop, your laptop, and it really does light up your whole working environment without having the lights massively on. And BenQ have sent me out products before. Every time the products are actually really useful. I'm not getting paid to review this, but they sent me this out for free, so why not do a little bit of a review. Lovely packaging. And the reason why this light is very cool is because you can also light the back of your monitor, which is perfect for me for filming videos. You've obviously got the controls, easily bright up the front, change the mode. Look at that, it's so cool. So the new BenQ Screen Bar Halo light will be linked down in the description below. Thank you to them for sending it out, it's very cool. But thank you very much for watching. Leave a like down below, subscribe, and I hope you enjoyed today's house tour.